talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being.
It's week 15 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see T. Higgins. Now over 1,000 receiving yards on the season. It's the Vikings and the Panthers. Coming up next.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin with my good friend Charles Davis. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
First play, here's Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On play action, Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Finding room at midfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cousins. His throw incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Cousins. Open man is Higgins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Cousins now. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Amari Barno, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now Sam Sloman is on. It's from 44 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rhule. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native and quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Everyone's seen this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside 3rd of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. With the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he will have the Vikings 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw, Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stay in the face of the quarterback.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this 1st quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be caught. It's Shenault. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He got 29 yards that time. Mayfield off the play fake. He'll by feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. straight ahead, Gibson. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, the goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. To throw is Cousins. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mayfield down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Fourth down, Mayfield. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings! Drew Sample, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have regained the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T. Higgins, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now for the PAT, here's Sloman. It's good to make it 17-7. They got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it. But I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Carolina getting set to take the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. taken down. Mayfield. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Malik McDowell busting through to get him for a loss of 6. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got this, complete to Williams. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Looking underneath and finding Hubbard. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come on 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Mayfield. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mayfield to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They give him 14 yards that time. Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call, and he's thrown that red challenge flag out on the field. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. From the red zone now, Mayfield. That's complete to Chuba Hubbard. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Gibson. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Gibson. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Here's Cousins. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Mayfield. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Smith to return it. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to... Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
First down, Mayfield. Flush, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, and he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's Mayfield. And that almost intercepted. Their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get him to fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Taking it about the 36. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Vikings will be set up well as they take over in great field position. First and 10. Cousins now to throw on first down. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Sample. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And this is Shepard on the jet sweep. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Throwing, Cousins. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down at 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into fourth down.
Now Sam Sloman is on. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they were able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Mayfield on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away without one not being picked off?
And again, it's Mayfield. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Following the sack, Mayfield and the Panthers staring at a 3rd and long here. Now back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
The Vikings head out to take over once again. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Brian Burns. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Cousins. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. 3rd and long for Cousins. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. He's got room at the 30. Down to the 10. Touchdown! Sterling Shepard. 61 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Kevin O'Connell choosing to lead his guys out there. They'll go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get this offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
To try again after the sack. Mayfield. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
He's got this complete to Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. And his throw is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. action now. Here's Mayfield. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Play fake. Mayfield. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And some room to run now. 53 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 35 yards. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Sam Sloman for the PAT. And that will bump the lead up to 26. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air, Mond. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now Mond. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Mond going to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's Mond. He's airing it out for Williams. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to, and I know it feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And now out comes Minnesota. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way. Carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. To throw on 2nd and 6. Cousins. Little out route here, complete to Shepard. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage. And, partner, why would they be? And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception. Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turned the ball over. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Mayfield down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Carolina. Jamison Williams, 37 yards. And the Panthers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you? You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it. What am I thinking? You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right? Well, that's true. You've said that before. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again. Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
second down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
That's returnable now for Smith.
It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that was playing at an elite level.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go play action. Mayfield. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Fourth down, fourth quarter, here's Mond.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers